sons, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is September 19, 2022. It is 3:37 a.m. This is video number 2. So let's continue. Let's go on Twitter. There was something I saw. Okay, this one I just added to my list. This is Henry VIII. She, I don't know how long ago she tweeted it, but I just came across it and I added to my list. Okay, I thought 25 years ago, we all figured out that forcing royal children to publicly grieve was icky. Did we not? Okay, so the same, I think Myra on video 1 made the same reference as well. I think it's probably, maybe William Children's at the funeral. Maybe that's what they doing. I'm not watching it, obviously. Right now I'm doing the video, but I don't really follow it too much. I just look at the highlights or whatever popped up on my timeline. Imagine saying a 9-year-old will reassure nation, reassure them of what reassurance does UK need at the death of a 96-year-old? Okay, so the king and his heir isn't enough. Okay, I'm fine as long as Archie and Lily are okay. William is his father's son and Kate's an empty vessel. An empty vessel. She'll do what she's told. William loves William. His heir will do as he's told, and the spare will serve him because that's her job. I feel for Charlotte. Kate don't have Di's courage. William's going to make sure Charlotte serve George. This is you know what, let me not get into them. Okay, yeah, I knew. I always felt something is off about Kate and William. So glad Harry got away from them. So this is probably someone who's new, who doesn't know. Let's see here. It wasn't William and Catherine who suggested. Was it King Charles III, and they said they weren't sure about it. They talked to their children, and it was Prince George who said he wanted to attend. How the hell do these people know? Okay, who wanted to attend, after which Charlotte said she wanted to be there too. They're old enough to attend service. Who the hell know all these details? This looked like something that should be going in private. But you know how these people with their press anyway. They really aren't old enough to attend a state funeral, in my opinion. The service at St. George, yes, but the state funeral seems odd for their age. Me, children should not be even near there. I explained why in one of my old videos. Okay, like Harry said, quote, "My father said, I went through it, so you will too." Generational trauma for all. That's right. This is why Harry got himself out of there. You know, if it's pain to you, you don't pass it on. You find your way to stop it. I'm moving to the next tweet, okay? There's this. I worked with some of Harry's Apache instructors in my previous life, and they all had such marvelous things to say about him. Alright, so he retweeted that. I can see why they didn't want him to wear his uniform. Okay, so that's a thread within it. But let's focus on this, what he tweeted here. Alright, so there's the picture of Harry here. Okay, and he continued with his tweet. Plus now, with all his support for veterans and we are Invictus. Okay, I'm not a monarchist, but if I were, it seems plainly obvious that if King Charles wants the institution to move forward with strength, the easiest PR job is to organize a public reconciliation. Mention meeting the Irish as a reminder of that. Mention meeting the Irish as a reminder of that if you can't repair your own house. Okay, Charles doesn't have the range. The way the people are trying to smear his character is appalling. Again, all right, thanks for sharing. Yeah, throughout that funeral, it's unbelievable the amount of nonsense that went through, but they face it with dignity, especially Meghan. Oh my god. Okay, he is the best. Our unit was, and they don't the royal family don't even realize the more they keep on trying to push Harry and Meghan down, the more they elevate them, because most reasonable people will say, why are you doing all of this nonsense on them? They left the country. They're trying to do the most sensible and reasonable thing, but you're hating on them. So people with good intention, with good mind, will understand. Alright, and start asking questions. Why are you doing this? Meaning the royal rats and the royal family. Okay, our unit was in Afghanistan, and they got to meet some of the British soldiers that were there. Come to find out, Harry was there too, and I had no idea about it until after they left. Yeah, there was a video that I came across where they made sure not to tell people that he was there. Okay, just to see him just like a regular person. This photo could be a recruiting poster. I think he should always wear his uniform at event. It's not like he was a working royal when he was in the army. But from what I've heard, I don't know if it's true. I didn't really look to see if what some of those people were saying are true. But it seems like, okay, it seems like people who have served and the UK military, once they finish serve, they cannot wear their uniform. Okay, and I think the US may have a similar version of that as well. But you have to I think ask permission or something like that. Okay, it shouldn't matter UK or US. If a person serve in the military or any service, they should be allowed to wear their uniform, no question asked. But when you think about it as well, you're gonna understand why after you finish serve you don't wear the uniform, so people don't think you're still serving. Alright, but the medal which you earn, I think you could wear it on your civilian shirt. Alright, it's yours, you earned it. I've heard the flying rotary aircraft to be tricky. Integrating yourself into a highly capable flying weapon system such as the Apache even more so. With fighting in it, harder still, crazy fail rate. Okay, he served in one in a war zone and lost friend there. Okay, who are these? Okay, let's see. Who are these other people who claim to have been there and say he did nothing but play computer games? Surely there must be others who can call them out as liars. All I see is family and army vets sitting back and allowing slander. Okay, weird. There's footage of him doing an interview in a war zone when a siren question goes off and he pop up, yank off the mic and hauls off at speed to his assigned post. Yeah, I remember that. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. I mean, he served, and this is how what is it that made him think, was it after they the press knew where he's at, which was really dangerous for the people around him. They had to get him out of there.
Too risky for you to go back as a soldier?
More the fact that I think the media had said that they would never keep their mouths shut if I went and did the same job, so I'd have to do something different if I wanted to go, yes.
And while he was flying out, in that same plane or helicopter that he was in, he saw one of the service members who was injured, and that really took a toll on him and ground him even more. And that's how the Invictus thing sort of, okay, I guess that was at the beginning of ideas for the Invictus. But the Invictus really, you know, the idea really cemented in his brain is when he came to the US after seeing what's that sport the US had, and then he created the Invictus based on that. Okay, next tweet. What amazes me is people acting like Prince Harry and Meghan left because they were lazy, dropping duties. No, it was because of the hate toward her for no other reason than being born black. Harry stood by his wife, his family stood by the public, just like they're doing now. There's a little distinction here. Majority of what she said is correct. Just like they're doing now. Where is it? Harry stood by his wife, his family stood by the public. I think it's the media, okay, not the public, the media. Because when you look at, I mean, many of them were very conservative in expressing their ideas and their thought, but little at a time I come across more Brits are speaking out. Okay, so it's the media. We have to make that distinction. All right, there should be a no tolerance comment stated, because again, the king now has biracial grandkids. Harry and Meghan Kim were 24/7. They aren't beating her and the press, knowing sooner or later they will target kids. Racism is alive in the UK, and it showed in real time. Sad. Okay, let's see here. Listen to this video here from the British historian about Meghan's work ethic. I think I shared this, but since it is short, I'll share it again. Amid that, the anti-Meghan was fueled by her American work ethic as well as misogyny and race fuel being spilled, and I'm here for it. Harry and Meghan, bless them as they navigate the next week in this bow of the firm. Okay, 1 minute and 3 seconds.
I can't help but wonder how much of a loss it was for the British public as a whole, but also people of color here, to see her savaged in the way she was, to see this alienation and the allegations that the two of them have made that their baby's skin color might have been an issue.
Yeah, I think there's another factor here too, that Meghan is a very professional woman, and she's very American in that way, and the male-dominated culture of the royal household doesn't like the kind of terms that they would use there, pushy American. They don't like pushy Americans, meaning that they don't like professional people who work hard, and a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12 and then take the rest of the day off.
9 to 12 and take the rest of the day off. Okay, something came to me. Let me rewind it. Something came to me where I didn't say before on my previous video, where I shared that video before.
A very professional woman, and she's very American in that way, and the male-dominated culture of the royal household.
Okay, the male-dominated culture of the royal household. You know that what crossed my mind when he said that?
The male-dominated culture of the royal household doesn't like the kind of terms that they would use there, pushy American. They don't like pushy Americans.
The thing that came to mind is when I said once Queen's father had passed, the courtier took over. And I think I'm right about that. They told her this is certain protocol, this is how this is done, when it didn't really have to, and when in fact whatever the Queen said would have been it. So the male dominant culture of the royal household. So I really think the courtiers took over the minute that the Queen's father had passed. The Queen was somewhere in South Africa. For some reason, this is what came to mind when they said that, because they wanted to maintain the same kind of male dominant culture. Yeah, they wanted to maintain that, and then they guide her or they push her, or they sort of give her things that will align with that male dominant culture. So That's that. Let's finish this thing. I held myself. I realized I was going to talk over the video, and I remember what I read in the comment. All right, so let's continue.
Meaning that they're like professional people who work hard, and a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12 and then take the rest of the day off. And Meghan was very impatient with that. She wanted to see a new work ethic, maybe a work ethic as strong as the Queen's herself.
Okay, so these people work from 9 to 12, and when Meghan probably wants certain things to be done, these people are either out on lunch or they're not even there. All right, so this is what probably maybe one of the reasons they call her bully, because they're not really working hard enough. Okay, honest opinion, people like their royal shiny and quiet. When they speak out on anything, that spell is broken and backlash begin. Same with Fergie, Charles in the 80s, Diana, etc. Okay, the Sussexes did what their communication at the palace should have done. They corrected stories. Exactly. That's exactly that. With the Oprah interview, they were because they told them to be quiet. Okay, so I'll be quiet, so take care of the press for me when they're talking lies. They never did. Okay, so instead they were teaming up against them.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Okay, if the institution isn't going to explain and fool their intention, they need to make room for those they do not protect to speak up for themselves. All right, let's see here. And there's absolutely no reason a younger generation shouldn't speak out, especially Meghan, who wasn't born into the life. And the thing is that let's not forget as well, Meghan was trying to follow their rules. They told her this is the protocol, this is how you do this, and each time she does it, they change it on her and all of that. So Meghan will never do anything right. Alright, so she was trying to follow the rule. Really nice to see both of them back, and hopefully it may open a new world for them. I don't think they're coming back. May the Lord bless your compassionate heart. That couple has been through enough already, and knowing there are people like you out there supporting them, it's humbling. Yeah, that I agree with that. Okay, exactly. Harry was against hate and racism. Warriors were for hate and racism. Okay, this is very telling. Oh, I didn't mean to click on it. All right, what is it? Warriors were for hate and racism. Okay, warriors were for hate and racism. Okay, what came to mind for bringing that up is the fact that when there is hate and racism, division, who is the winner in that? Okay, the institution. Because while other people are fighting among each other, they stay in their position, they stay in power. So this is absolutely right. Harry was against hate and racism. Okay, against hate and racism, that's where there's calm, peace and harmony. Okay, so when in that part, when there's peace and harmony, the institution cannot grab. Okay, remember, they are lazy. They want to just grab and take, okay, and sit and do pretty much almost nothing. So this doesn't work for them. But this, okay, they were for hate and racism when there's division, while the little people are fighting each other. They're not paying attention to the prize, the whatever, the real important things. Guess what? The royals could come and grab and take. They won't even know they're taking it after the fact. Okay, that's what came to mind reading this. The royal family tolerate racism and hate. If they weren't a racist family, they would have made a clear statement against racism and hate. That's absolutely true. Okay, I don't believe that the royals are all racist. Of course not. I don't think it's all of them. Look at Harry, for instance. He is still a blood royal. Alright, so there's probably some in there they stay quiet because they never been in the position where if they speak up, the whole mob gonna go against them. So they just stay quiet. I truly believe that. But I think it's one or two people at most. Okay, the whole institution is based on racism, or else royal wouldn't exist. That's the thing, almost the same thing that I was saying. When there's hate and racism, that's where they thrive and exist. Okay, their sole principle is being better than all mankind, or else how do you explain that people who have to bow to them? We were created all equal to the eyes of the Lord, period. Okay, if the older royal family were racist, how on earth can those politicals if you call them that or officials from other countries for Her Majesty's funeral be in the same building like Buckingham Palace. There's something that called diplomacy, respect. Okay, this is for that. If you want your country to move forward, maybe they want to, let's say the Commonwealth want to disassociate themselves with UK. They want to do it in a peaceful transition where blood doesn't need to be shed. So you start with a peaceful way. Always think of that. Start peacefully, and then depend on how your humble carry out, whether they reject it, they spit at you, they respond in a barbaric way, then you act in a barbaric way too, because it's part of human nature. Okay, but you have to hold yourself higher, a higher standard. Yeah, they try to always show that on Harry, but it was the brother who chose the costume for him. All right, let's not forget.
My wife said recently that our generation and the ones before us haven't done enough to right the wrongs of the past. I too am sorry. Sorry that we haven't got the world to the place that you deserve it to be. Institutional racism has no place in our societies, yet it is still endemic. Unconscious bias must be acknowledged without blame to create a better world for all of you. I want you to know that we are committed to being part of the solution and to being part of the change that you are all leading. Now is the time, and we know that you can do it.
Did you always embrace this role and responsibility?
No, I don't think I understood it. I think what happened to my mum probably put me a step back, thinking, well, how could someone who did so much for the world and did so much for everybody else could be treated like that by a certain institution? So it takes a bit of getting used to, but as I said, it's once you understand the privileged position that you're in, you've then got to spend the rest of your life earning that privilege and giving back, and also gaining the trust and respect of the general public, and then using that position for good. Giving back and also gaining the trust and respect of the general public, and then using that position for good.
All right, let's go to the next tweet. There's me here. Brits are talking. Great Britain love Prince William, but the world adores Prince Harry, and the firm can't understand why. Shouldn't we explain things to them? Racist royal family. Okay, the reason I shared this because I started reading some of the comment, and I did take some screenshot, not all, maybe one screenshot for you guys, and I highlight what some of the Brits were saying. Okay, stop this narrative. It's unfair judgment comparison, and you should be ashamed to even address it during their time of mourning. Oh my God. Let's read this. This would have been sound nice to say, but when you look at the behavior, the action of the father and the future, you were like, okay, are they really in mourning? All right, let's read some of the comment. Time of mourning, there's explanation and question mark. It hasn't stopped Charles and William from leaking negative stories about Meghan and Harry to the tabloid. It hasn't stopped the pettiness from your royal towards Meghan 48 hours after Her Majesty the Queen died. There's been 15 headlines about Harry and Meghan and just 2 about her. The king will never leak any. Oh, come on. This is what you're saying, but we know it's coming from the royal family. The royal family are the one who's leaking to the press. Charles wants positive publicity, so he will tell his courtiers to leak certain things. Okay? The king will never leave anything to the press, nor will William. Look a little closer to home. Oh, please. Oh, dear Lord, the king. All right, let's see here. This sense of embattlement. Okay, so there's that thing again. Freeze your screen and read it. Okay. All right, there's this. And there's that. And there's this. Pause your screen and read it. All right. So that's that. I'm a Brit and I prefer Harry and Meghan. These are the ones that I started take screenshot to show you on my community board that some of the Brits are actually talking. Alex, I'll take the royal Foster clock for 2000. Okay, so that's like for Jeopardy kind of a way of responding. Hey, I'm a Brit and I love Harry and Meghan. I see what the royal family has done to them and it's disgraceful. I'm quite sure Kate felt jilted exiting Harry to be hers and hers alone, hence never like any of Harry's girlfriend, but she couldn't intimidate it or scare Meghan off. Wow. I hear a lot of squad be talking about this, where most of Harry's girlfriend, she chased them out. I'm a Brit. I can't stand Willie or his missus. That's not true. The monarch is not chosen by popular opinion or vote. William was born the position, and people respect that. Harry is loved in the UK and all over the world. It's not a popular contest. Each person has his thing. Harry is content with what he has. William not so. This is the thing here. People, if Harry and I'm saying Harry and Meghan. What did he say here? William was not born position. People, that's the thing here. People in the UK seem to accept the way things are in the UK with the monarch and everything, but because the monarch wants publicity and they can never have enough, this is the thing that's really gonna ruin it for them. Okay, they never content. Look at Harry, who doesn't have as much as they do, but he's content with the little that he has. This is the thing here. I'm from Great Britain and love Harry and don't like William. Okay, this British here can't stand William and his wife. Oh my God. I like William and Kate, but they are not as relatable or warm as Harry and Meghan. Only the latter should be sent on visit to Commonwealth nation. It's too bad that the firm decided they weren't worthy. This is the thing. They thought they had it under control after they kicked Harry and Meghan out. They thought they had control, and they think that the shit. Everybody wants to be in their circle. But the amount of abuse that they were doing to Harry and Meghan, people don't like that. It actually make people resent them for doing that to Harry and Meghan. But there's some monarchists, no matter what the royal do, they're fine with it. Alright, I'm talking about just regular people who, you know, centrist kind of thing. They're okay if the monarchy exists. They're okay if the monarchy doesn't exist. These people, these are the ones that they open people's eyes to say, okay, why are you doing this to Harry and Meghan? And now they give them a choice as to why they should not like the monarch. So if the monarch, the firm have stopped, you know, leave people, you know, live their own lives. And that way those other people who undecided then have to make a choice. Alright, huge PR mistake. Maybe they'll rectify it, but it's not looking promising. Okay, their own choice to leave the royal family. Okay, there's reason behind that. Okay, they can't exactly leave the family. They left the firm. That's a good point. When their offer to work without pay was turned down. Very good. This is a good one. Okay, don't bother. We in the UK can stand them. That's fine, because they were helping. You want to stand the blind? That's fine, because William can only show smile. He can only give smile.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Harry and Meghan, they show you the hard work. They help you put food on the table. They help you sustain yourself. But William, he come and visit you, give you smile. Hopefully you're satisfied with that. Okay, looking forward to seeing them flying into the sunset after the funeral. Believe me, everybody wants that to happen because the area is toxic. The UK is toxic. Hopefully never to return. Me too. That I agree with you. Right? You all will still talk about them incessantly, and your gutter press will report on them daily as they have been doing. Empty vessels make the most noise. Alright, some British just adore Harry and have gone off William. Okay, some Brits. Okay, so that's it. Let me go to the other one. Alright, if you see what's on the screen, that's good. Let's go to the next one. I have 3 more after this. Okay, what did a 14-year-old do to earn medals? That was kind of funny. I think it's Prince Edward's son who has some medals. So this is what the squad are talking about. Do you know how hard it is to play Fortnite? Fortnite Honor? LOL. Even the Count of Mozzarella has some medals. Okay, absolutely nothing. He gets medal for just existing. Exactly what Meghan gets excoriated for doing. Okay, the Jubilee medals, I think the Queen gives them to family. So only the males then, because the females besides Anne didn't have them. He had the highest score in a video game in his class, or maybe house point at school. These people are funny. Let's go to the next one. They were making fun about the 14-year-old who has a medal. Next tweet. I think this is a bit political, but let's see here. Royal story time. This I think the reason I bookmark it, especially the Spanish royals, I had mentioned it before on my channel, because earlier there was a time he was missing. This guy, the king, was missing, and at one point they were guessing where he's at. They say he was in Dominican Republic, all sort of things, and later on they find out he run with some cash, money. So I'll leave that for my other channel, which has what is it, my other channel, which I will be talking about what happened with Biden, who wanted to would not meet what is it, trust or something like that. So oops, let's remove this one. I don't know when I'm gonna cover it, but I'll cover it another time. All right, let's go to the next tweet, because this is a long thread. I saw it. I didn't read it, but it's a long thread. Next tweet. The generation in which Queen Elizabeth II belongs is vanishing. Britain's principal living link with the post-war consensus, those years of reconstruction that brought the National Health Service and the welfare state, are gone. Okay, the NHS. So they're saying this is gone. I didn't read the article, but the link of this article will be in the description, and I did share it on my community board. Okay, that's life. Let's see here. Oh, that was that from the Camilla, Fiscal, and funeral. Okay, so they come to the funeral. Okay, I don't know. Okay, the national healthcare set up in 1945 is a disaster. The UK should scrap it completely and copy the Australian or the German ones. Okay, BS, not the welfare state, the democratic socialist state. Welfare is sad, democratic socialism. Okay, socialism is good. Okay, so like I said, I thought this, well, when I read the caption, I thought it was really good, interesting, because the Queen, when you look at William, when he goes to an engagement, majority of the time, okay, not all the time, majority of the time, he goes where the old people are, because these were the monarchists, where they want the institution, the monarch, to remain. So when I saw this, and I thought it would be a good read, but I didn't read it. I share it on my community, but maybe another time. I think I'm getting tired because I did an hour video already, and I'm almost done with my list. Maybe later on in the day I'll add some more. Next tweet. Okay, this one was kind of funny. Black people, why are we so bad at hiding our true feeling and our facial expressions? I be trying, but I have no poker face. Look at it. That's me laughing. We like to be real. Pretending is hard work. Okay, LOL. Can tell you how many times as a child I used to hear, fix your face or I'll come fix it for you. OMG, this way my life growing up. That's why I love wearing a mask. Yeah, the mask, yep. I'm a teacher, and even with a mask on, my student will say the mask isn't hiding anything. We can still see in your eyes. That is true. Alright, so that was that. Alright, maybe later on I'll add to it. It's only 31 minutes. For the sake of that, just in case if I do anything, I don't add anything later on, let's do a prayer for my family. All right, let's do that. Prayer for my family. Father, thank you for my family. I pray that you draw them closer to you and they submit to you with all their hearts and all their minds. Help them in all their doings. Father, you are the only one who knows what each one of us is going through and what weigh on us. I pray that you, O Lord, will give my family the strength to overcome whatever problems that will come their way. Help anyone fighting a silent battle. Let them find peace and comfort to you through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. That's it. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Or you could become a member. So that's it. Thank you for watching.